place, with a smile upon my face. Happiness is there for all to see. I drive round London town, and nothing ever gets me down. The life of a cabbie's fine, oh yeah, the life of a cabbie.
Here, who are that lot?
Do what?
I says, here, who are that lot?
Oh, them the Beatles.
Who?
The Beatles. The pop group from Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Scruffy looking lot. They need a good haircut. A spell in the army would be best for them.
Thank you, Taff. That's one of my favourite songs.
Right, for our last number, we'd like to ask for your help. Those in the cheapest seats, clap your hands. The rest, if you can just rattle your jewellery. Right, thank you. We'd now like to sing a song called Twist and Shout.
1, 2, 3.
Well, shake it up, baby, shake it up, baby, twist and shout, twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on and work it on out, work it on out. Well, work it on out, work it on out. You know you look so good, look so good. You know you got me going, just like I knew that you would.
Here, Frank.
Don't.
Frank.
Don't.
Here, Frank. I've decided something.
Do what?
I says, here, Frank. I've decided something.
Is you saying that you've decided something?
Yes, I'm saying that I've decided something.
So what have you decided?
Do what?
I says, so what have you decided?
I don't like the wallpaper in the bedroom.
But I only put it up there a fortnight ago. Why didn't you say something then?
I was undecided.
So, do you want me to change it?
Nah, you may as well leave it.
Oh.
And now, on the Royal Variety Performance, give a right royal big hand to Dicky Fletcher!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The Beatles there. I reckon they could go far. Well, when I say far, tonight they go back to Liverpool. Tomorrow their suits go back to Moss Bros. Now, a cinema usherette comes across a man lying across 3 seats. She says that if he doesn't sit up properly, she'll call the manager. The man gives out a moan, but he doesn't move. So the manager comes along and he asks the man to sit properly. And again he moans, but he doesn't move. So they call in a policeman. He asks the man his name and he says, Joe. So where are you from, Joe? Asks the officer, to which the man points and says, the balcony.
Balcony? At Pabby Walthamstow?
An old age pensioner goes to the theatre and asks about the seat prices. The woman in the kiosk says, balcony seats are £10, circle seats are £8, the stalls are £5, programmes 7 shillings and 6pence. The old man says, all right, I'll buy a programme and sit on that. Just before I came on stage, I was talking to one of the crew who set up the lighting. He said a couple of weeks ago he saw an advert in the paper, almost new Rolls Royce for sale, £20. He thought it was a joke, but he phoned up anyway and was told it was a genuine offer. So he goes round to the house, and there in the garage is this Rolls Royce. Can I take it for a test drive, he asks. Sure, says the woman. So the car runs perfectly, and on his return he hands over the money. Why are you selling this amazing car for just £20, he asks. The woman laughs and says, my husband has just run off with his secretary. He said I can keep the house and the contents, but I was to sell the car and give him the money for it. A farmer is helping a cow give birth when he notices his 6-year-old son watching wide-eyed. Oh dear, he thinks, I suppose I'm now going to have to explain to him about the birds and the bees. Anyway, when the birth is over, the farmer asks his son, do you have any questions? Just one, the lad replies. How fast was that calf going when he hit that cow? Whoa, can you hear a ukulele? It must mean that Wilfred's in the building. Right.
What, Governor?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Anyway, how did you get in here?
Well, I got in through the tradesman's entrance. I told him that I was a rat catcher. I told them they'd got rats and that I had to get them out.
Rat catcher? It sounds as if you found your true vocation in life.
Don't be hard on me, Governor. I've had an hard time at home with the missus as it is.
Oh.
She's always on at me to get a decent, steady job. It's the truth.
Didn't you offer to work on the snowploughs during the summer?
I did.
And last winter, you said you'd be happy selling ice creams.
That's right.
A right little worker, aren't you?
I knows me place.
So, do you have a song for us? And make sure you keep it clean.
Yeah, well, my missus won't believe I'm here tonight, so I wrote about it in a song.
Well then, let's hear it, Wilfred.
When I get home, the missus will ask, where on earth have you been? I'll say I've been to the theatre, playing for our dear Queen. Oh, Mother, beg your pardon. Yeah. And she will look at me and say, that's typical of men. You have been up the pub, sinking a pint and then another. Begging your pardon. Oh, why won't she believe me? You know she never does. Even when I tells the truth, is it just because I'll admit I've told a few lies? Well, we all have had some time. Well, perhaps not all of us. Playing for Her Majesty, I ask, is that a crime? So I'm playing for Her Majesty, and I'm having a grand time. I'll finish you.
Well, thank you, Wilfred. Come on, I better get you back home.
Well, you going to give me a lift in your car?
Well, I suppose so. People won't want to see you hanging around here.
Here, Governor, do you fancy stopping off at a red light for a quick pint, like?
Oh, we could do. Are you buying?
I've got no money.
Silly of me to ask in the first place. Come on then, let's go.
Anytime you'll lend a
any evening, any day. You'll find us all doing the limbo. Oi!
Doll?
Here, Frank. Who's on there?
Do what?
I says, here, Frank. Who's on there?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to wait for them to announce it.
And now, welcome to the stage, Steptoe and Son.
Where have you been? I've been waiting for you for ages.
Oh, I've been doing a bit of totting in that house back there.
You are?
Cool, you should see it. They got loads of good stuff in there.
Do you mean to say you've been inside?
Oh yeah,
Don't tell me you went in through the front door.
course not. I went in through one of the side doors. I knows my place. I knows my place.
You idiot! You could have got yourself arrested.
No, one of the flunkies let me in. Nice bloke, although I thought he was a bit of a puff.
Well, I hope you didn't touch anything with your grubby little fingers.
Oh, he let me have a few things. I've already put them on the cart.
What sort of things?
Well, there's a few bits of porcelain. They look like Severas. A couple of portraits, Joshua Reynolds. And he also give me a couple of necklaces and a tiara.
Oh, God! We're going to have the nick.
No, I paid for them. I gave him 15 bob and a tanner. He seemed quite pleased with it.
You do realise we're going to have to hand all of this back?
But, Harold, can't we keep the porcelain?
No, it's all going back. Oh, once again, Peter, you've humiliated me.
Here, there's a copper putting a parking ticket on the horse.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't look under the tarpaulin.
Here, Frank.
Oh,
Here, Frank. Which part of London is Steptoe's from?
do what?
I says, here, Frank. Which part of London is Steptoe's from?
Well, they's from Shepherd's Bush.
Shepherd's Bush?
Yeah, they're not true Cockneys though.
Well, what do you mean they're not true Cockneys?
Well, they weren't born in the East End.
Ah. Anyway, does you fancy a cuppa?
A cuppa and a digestive biscuit would go down fine. Mother, do you fancy a cuppa? Do what? I says, Mother, do you fancy a cuppa? I could do with something to warm me up. What, is you cold? I'm always cold in this house. Well, does you want to borrow one of Doll's cardigans? Do what? I said, well, does you want to borrow one of Doll's cardigans? No, the last time I borrowed one of hers, it was covered in moth holes. Anyway, I'm off to the lavvy. Well, you know where it is. Oh, I don't like these inside lavvies. It ain't natural having to do your business in the house. I prefer my outside privy any day of the week. Oh. How fast was that calf going when it hit that cow? I could have been a comedian, me. I tells a good joke. There was this geezer walking along the road. And he was drunk. And he decides to cross over the road. And he steps out in front of a car. And the geezer says, the driver says, what are you doing? And the geezer says, I'm crossing the road. And then the other geezer, the driver bloke, says, oi, there's a crossing only yards. No, there's a zebra crossing a few yards away. And the geezer, not the driver, but the other bloke, says, well, I hope he's having better luck than I am trying to cross the road. Yeah, I could have been a comedian. Yeah.
I am happy with my life, just me and trouble destroyed. 30 years and not a single rat. And no matter how things change, for us it stays the same. We've remained